Oh, there.
How you doing?
Good, how are you doing?
All right.
This is the perfect van, isn't it? Not too big, not too small, and get you wherever you need to go.
It fits in the parking
You
spot.
been here before?
No, it's my first time.
Okay. Let me put the keys in. I'm gonna roll the window down so we don't
Okay.
lock the keys in it. My office is right over here if you want to head over there. I'll be in there in just a sec. Thanks for coming to see us.
I wonder if it fit on my first drive on.
Well, it might. It's
It ain't a dually.
not.
Don't look too wide.
It's not too big.
Keep my eyes on the mirror.
When Russian forces attacked the theater where they were sheltering. NPR's Eric Westervelt reports.
Russian artillery and rockets have hit hospitals, schools, apartment buildings, bread lines, roads civilians are using to flee, and a theater that had become a makeshift shelter for hundreds of civilians. Several Ukrainian officials said the theater's bomb shelter appears to have withstood the attack and that there are survivors. It's still unclear how many may have been wounded or killed there. Satellite images show the theater clearly marked with giant white letters spelling out children in Russian. Russia's defense ministry denies it attacked the theater. Ukrainian officials say more than 2,300 people have died in Mariupol so far, and civilians still trapped there continue to struggle with dire shortages of food, water, and medicine. Eric Westervelt, NPR News in Western Ukraine.
Stocks opened higher this morning as the Commerce Department reported a jump in housing starts last month. NPR's Scott Horsley reports the Dow Jones Industrial Average gained about 12 points in early trading.
Home building activity picked up last month, with builders breaking ground on 6.8% more homes in February than the month before. Most of that increase came from single-family houses. The cost of home loans has been rising even before the Federal Reserve raised interest rates this week in an effort to control inflation. Yesterday's quarter-point rate hike by the Fed is the first in what's expected to be a series that would push interest rates near 2% by the end of the year, after being close to zero.
That's my visor. The camera was right there. They moved the visor all the way to the camera. Who does that? So I had accused the guy of deliberately covering my camera and rambling through my stuff. But after I spoke to his supervisor, he said that they get free cold drinks and free hot drinks. So he doesn't need to steal any coins. And he said the guy who moved the visor was trying to put a sticker in the window. And if they did it on purpose, they would have to work together. And I'm like, that makes sense. So I done sent all this stuff to his supervisor and everything. And boy, do I feel foolish. So I did send an apology by email, but they didn't respond. I just got to pick a better way of hiding my camera. Because I wanted to put the camera in there so that I didn't have to move all my stuff. But the camera got blocked. So that defeated the purpose of the camera. It was just, ooh. So the supervisor was like, I pay these guys good. They don't need to steal change. And after I reviewed the video, I'm like, this man was working hard. And I probably like ruined his day. So I did send a apology note or whatever. But I spent the whole day reviewing the tape because I thought I heard something that I thought I heard him going through my stuff. And the guy was like, he probably was driving over a bump. But I'm glad his supervisor just had good sense and just knew that what was going on. Basically, I've convinced myself he was doing something wrong, but they supposed to be in the car working, right? And I convinced myself he was going through the change, but it could have been something rather than in the car. I don't know. I was going on what I was hearing. And then the supervisor was like, he was trying to reset something in the car. You know how they reset after your oil change, they reset your mileage or whatever. But I was like, he was just in there too, too long. I didn't know they did all that. I thought when they take the car back to do the oil change, they just do an oil change. The guy was in and out the car like 4 or 5 times. And the guy said, oh, we rotated tires. They did like a 5-point. I didn't know they did all that. So they really be working hard back there. I had no idea. But I just know he got in, he got out, he stayed there for a while. I heard some rambling, and the guy was like, oh, he was driving or something like that. And I went there around 8:30 in the morning early. I stayed all day. I had some more errands to run. I just sat in the car and kept going over the tape because I was heated. Mainly because my camera got blocked. You know what I'm saying? I done set this camera up and it didn't even work. And I'm thinking, they did it on purpose. You know what I'm saying? But they didn't. So I was wrong. I stood there. After I figured out and talked to the guy and it made sense, I was still mad. I was mad for like 8 hours. I spent like 8 hours on that. I just could not pass it. And then I forgot I went to get something to eat. I went to Starbucks, and that's what I eventually got past it. But I was stuck on it. I was like stuck. And I'm human. I made a mistake. I was accusing, and I felt really bad. I accused somebody of doing something they didn't do. And that like hurt my feelings. I was like, oh my God, I almost cried, but I didn't. So I sent a text and I was like, just apologize to him for me. I didn't mean to ruin his day or whatever, but I ruined my day. My day got ruined. They got pissed off. I'm pretty sure they wasn't mean to me. They was, the supervisor was explaining everything to me, and I was thinking, dang, that makes sense, But yeah, I hit my 20,000-mile oil change in Oklahoma, so I stopped there to do the oil change. I didn't know them. They didn't know me. So, you just can't trust mechanics, right? So that's why I hid the camera, but I was wrong. Accusing somebody of something they didn't do. 20,000 miles?